Officer Scorpio, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Weekly Edition. I'm your host of the universe, Christopher Witecki. Well, I hope you're having a good time in Pisces. This week's free horoscope is sponsored by lightcastbootcamp.com. This is my class where I teach you how to stand in your power. There's a new world coming. It may be a new world order, or it may not, depending on whether or not human beings stand in their awareness, stand in their power. And this is what we teach in 6 weeks. It's what I teach personally in webcam in 6 weeks. This is the one chance for Saturn moves into Scorpio to take this class. So you might want to stand in it. If you are a future world leader, you need this class to understand how the universe works. I'm just saying. Also, I want to personally invite you down to soulgarden.me, our community of remarkable souls living their brightest. If that's you, come create a profile, at least so we can send you an email when things are happening. And we got a lot there. We got office hours on Tuesdays and Thursdays. We got a chat room. We got the Love Lounge. We got resources. We got classes. And we've got cool people just like you where you can be yourself. So come on down. We also have a writer all the time, Mara. And I actually have to read it here because I can't remember it. Oh my God, Life's But a Walking Shadow is this week's Life's But a Walking Shadow. Sorry I couldn't memorize that, Mara, on the fly, but I think that's funny because it's so Scorpio dark. Oh, life's but a shadow. There is that Scorpio shadow, and we talk about it in this article. So come on down. See, that's the kind of stuff we talk about in the garden. So the Scorpion race, where is the Scorpio tribe? The natural-born guardians of Earth. Why are you the guardians? Well, because you draw the line at the end of the day. And I know you feel burdened by that. That's something I work with my Scorpio clients. It's not a burden. It's a privilege. It's a pleasure. You're the one qualified to draw the line. I'm sorry Earthlings are such jerks when you have to do it, but that's just the nature of that job. But at the end of the day, who really has the power? You do, because you're drawing the lines. Now this month, it's about your inner child. The Sun in Pisces is about the love state of awareness. And the love state of awareness, if you don't know, is the heart of the soul. The love heart rules everything. Everything is designed to rotate around the heart like the planets rotate around the sun, the ruler of the fifth state of awareness. We are in chapter 2 as we begin this week, and it's time to make critical decisions about what needs to go that prevents your heart from living in its full. So there are a lot of things that block our heart. Marriages block our heart. Jobs block our heart. We block our heart. Our thoughts block our heart. Our kids block our heart. We let things block our heart. We blocked our heart as kids. All right, everyone has blocked their heart. If you block it, you're blocking access to the queen or the king of your soul. You're blocking access to the princess. You're blocking access to the magic. So on Monday, it is time to make a decision and step away from that which blocks you from your heart. At the same time, the moon in Taurus has your emotions focused on relationships. So part of the inspiration to remove blockages from your heart will be marriages or partnerships, no matter what state they're in. If they're in a crappy state, then you want your heart to open. If they're in a great state, you want your heart to open so you can be there with your honey. So that is how you're feeling on Monday. On Tuesday, you want to act on that decision. Now, if you've been ignoring your inner child and Mars rules the day, which is Tuesday, you might have a total temper tantrum. If your heart is in prison, it might freak out on Tuesday, and that is what Mars wants to do. Mars is a rioting energy, so the energy on the planet is action, action, action. You want to take the steps necessary that you decided about on Monday. So if you decided that you're going to cut out this or face that or get rid of this, then get it started on Tuesday. That is how manifestation happens. Again, kind of keeping you in check are your emotions around relationships. So marriage partnerships keep you from maybe going too far. Now, for those that I watch over personally in the guarding agency, I will send you a personal text on Tuesday that helps you understand what it takes you personally as a soul to get your butt moving and take action. That goes back to your date of birth and just a little extra help to get you through that Tuesday. On Wednesday, hump day really is hump day. It's the day between chapter 1 and chapter 2. We're holding space in chapter 2, so it's all kind of cosmically lined up. And it's the beginning of a beautiful soul pyramid that's going to have great effect on us, caused by 3 planets in Earth signs. A soul pyramid is a grand trine in classical astrology. What happens here is you get kind of hardwired. These planets hardwire these 3 states of awareness to begin talking to one another. And as a result, your awareness over all 3 begins to run at a triple the time, triple the level. On the one hand, Jupiter here in Taurus is saying, Scorpios are moving forward with high broadband relationships and partnerships. You are no longer going to be able to keep yourself in any low bandwidth relationships. So all low bandwidth relationships get shaken loose. It's time to go broadband. If people aren't ready to play, too bad. Okay? That's Jupiter pushing here. So that's the force in your relationships. Pluto, The other part of that says, and it's time to get out of your negative freaking thinking, which is what's keeping the shadow alive that they're writing about, Mars writing about on the site, because that shadow is kept alive by the mind. It's the Scorpio's mind that's constantly bringing the shadow back, bringing the shadow back. I've seen it in all my clients. But at the head of this with Mars and Virgo, Mars is retrograde, which means you're going to be moving backwards from the way you thought things would be. Okay? And what exactly is Mars talking about? Your place in the world. You might have thought your place in the world was this, 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 and this. That you were a teacher, a healer, a mama. Or that you were this and that and this and that. Because we're talking about Virgo. But Mars is saying, not so true. Be willing to reconsider who you are in the world. That's the part of you that has to reconsider if you want the new high definition relationships and to step into a positive mind. That's what this grand trine is speaking to. Now the moon moves into Gemini on hump day, which means your emotions become very sensitive of your boundaries, which is a blessing in disguise because that's what you rule. So suddenly your emotions are reporting in on where you can trust and where you're not as you begin to pivot yourself in this new direction. Cool stuff, huh? Now Thursday. Thursday is a Chiron rule day. It's a healing day. Healing vibration comes in. That's really good. That means we can bring integrity back to our systems. That means if your inner child did throw a temper tantrum, you're bringing integrity, you're bringing synergy. What you're doing is you're pointing in the right direction and going, okay, knowing what I know, I think we should head this way. So a Chiron day is a day of pointing toward integrity and getting on the path of integrity. In your case, integrity of the heart. What do you have to point your life to bring your heart into integrity? Here's what's really cool. Suddenly on this day, Neptune goes 1 degree, which means it's on. 1 degree, we start to feel it. What is Neptune? Neptune is God talking to you. So if you listen, the universe is going to talk about how to find your inner child's greatest desire. If you're not seeing the big picture here, when you open your heart, that means you get what your heart dreams about. And Neptune right here says the universe is going to give you a guardian agent that's going to be over your shoulder for the next 14 years, helping you find your heart if you listen. That's what Neptune 1 degree is, and it starts on Thursday. How groovy is that? Emotions are still focused on trust boundaries and that sort of thing. You might even feel a little randy on this day. I'll be texting that too. Now on Friday, things really start to grip. This grand trine is getting tighter, by the way. The planets are moving into a tighter form as the week progresses, which is really cool. Kung Fu grip from the universe. The moon moves into Cancer. Now this is what's interesting. Emotions on Friday shift to your theories, your beliefs, your righteousness. So Scorpios are going to start, you know when Scorpios start strutting around like they know everything? This is that day. You get your stinger in the air. But what's interesting is this. Look at this opposition. The universe is saying, go ahead and believe your own crap, okay? But don't forget you got to keep a good attitude. It's between attitude and belief. Attitude and belief. You know when you start preaching to yourself, you can slip in that old attitude. But the universe is going to make you hold that yoga pose. This is like a spiritual twister here with all these things. And really what we're leading up to is Saturday, but I'll talk about that in a second. Jupiter rules the day on this day, so as far as your inner child is concerned, Friday is about go play, go find your fun and toys. Go find what you want. Expand what your inner child could possibly be. Is what Jupiter is saying. And at the same time, of course, what did I want to say with Neptune? Neptune's going to help you actually find those toys. Basically, your intuition is going to guide you. So it's a cool day. Don't forget on Friday, we have SG Live starring myself and Carolyn Nagel. This is our live webcam radio series. We bring in our Jedis from around the garden and around the world, and we all talk about what's going on from a spiritual perspective. So if that sounds entertaining to you, you should come on down. It's at 9 a.m. Honolulu. That's all the way to 7 p.m. London. Streaming live, and it is recorded. Now, Saturday is the climax of the week. It's what I call a holy shift. Holy shift, Batman. It happens because the universe is doing so much. I always think you just need to go limp and let the world shift around you. That's really what happens. To start the day, Uranus rules the day. So if you know Soul Garden, that means breakdown. We're going to have a breakdown day, which means whether there was all this ballet going on or not, anything that was in the way of your inner child, if you hadn't figured it out by now, it would break. It would break down. So if you ignored that it was the marriage or ignored that it was your health habits or whatever you've been ignoring, breaks down on Saturday. If you've been aware and doing your soul work, then you still break through. You still go to the next level. So the universe is pushing the up button and saying, oh, these are your dreams? How about this? Like up in the ante. But to up the ante, there might be breakdown. So that is the beginning of the story. The soul pyramid hits even a major degree. On this day, Jupiter goes 7 and Mars goes 13 on this day. So they get 1 degree closer and tighter. Venus opens up in a perfect opposition to Saturn at 28 degrees. 28. Yesterday Venus was 27. Yesterday's Saturn was 29. So they click. One day only these 4 planets do this. Then everything breaks apart on Sunday. Isn't that cool? But what this is saying at the same time to keep in mind another opposition going on between facing your karma and living the life you want to live in the moment, having that lifestyle you want. So basically, if I were to summarize this really quick, what this gigantic pattern is saying is, hey Scorpio, it is time to break down and break through with your inner heart. But don't forget, you're supposed to expand your relationships. You're supposed to step into new positive thinking. That might mean you need to change a few details as far as where you are in the world. Your emotions are going to be focused on what you really believe, but don't fall into that negative thinking. And don't forget at the same time that you want to get rid of your karma and live the life you've always meant to live. Oh, by the way, we'll also help you out with Neptune. That's the chord. It's what I call a holy shift. It makes me excited. Now, this inspired a whole new service that we have with GA, which is a free service that happens every now and then called the GA Alert Network. And basically, if you text GA Text Me to 96362, we'll put you in this list. And when shift hits the fan, we'll send you a text message. We'll probably have to send you an advertisement too to pay for it. This isn't us watching over you, but this is us watching over you in emergency cases. It's sort of like a little emergency system, really. So just do it, and normal text messages, rates apply, yada, yada, yada. That all gets texted to you anyways. Then, Sunday. Sunday is breakthrough day. Some of it already starts to break. The moon against Pluto already breaking apart. Venus is now 29 and Saturn is back at 28. So that's broken apart as far as being an absolute. Things are dying down. We're just starting to break through. So Sunday's a day where you're starting to understand, okay, my heart really wants this and it can have this and I have to walk away from that. And it's from, I think, all these things changing at once that you can maybe see the tunnel, the light at the end of the tunnel. Neptune in Pisces. Oh, I took Neptune off the screen. Neptune in Pisces is going to guarantee that you get there if you listen, right? So that's what it's really about. It's cool stuff. And don't forget, if you're ready to get and step in your power and be a new world leader, Light Cast Bootcamp is the best way to get you there in 6 weeks. Otherwise, I will see you in 7 days. Until then, Officer of the Zodiac, live, love, be.